everyone, welcome back to another video using the mixed media kit this month. I am still working with products from the kit, which are these three metallic paints, these art pebbles from Prima, this garden vine from 49 and Market, and this stencil set from Tim Holtz. These two items are actually from my stash, and this is like upcycling. It was one of these trays that Prima icons come in. I just saved it and I'm going to use it. And then this is some Stamperia paper I have from my stash. And my plan is going to involve, well, first I'm going to have to paint this. Maybe. I don't know. With where I'm going with this, I don't know how much paint I won't need. For this project, I don't think I'm going to use the silver spoon. I'm going to go very gold and copper, well, ancient coin and copper, and some art pebbles. So first, the first thing I want to do is maybe I should. I think actually I'm going to use clear gesso on it. That'll solve that problem. I kind of like how this might affect the color. So I'm just going to use clear. That's going to be the first thing for me to do once I figure everything out. Make space. I'm gonna do that first. While this tray is drying, I am going to prepare the pieces I need for the background. So I'm going to cut this into 4 squares, and I think along this edge. Alright, there I have those, which they're going to be getting a little bit done to them. So I figured I would take this opportunity to let everything dry together as much as possible in here. I'm going to put this together like so. In this project, I'm going to use the honeycomb looking one on my papers, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did in my first project, which is going to be using some magic powder to turn the two colors I want to use, the copper and the ancient coin, into their own little texture pastes. You can see how nice that comes out. It's very thick. If it would autofocus sometime. There we go. For it, it's not falling off even if I'm spinning it around. So it makes a good way to turn liquidy objects into more of a texture paste. And in case you missed the first video, this jar I actually got in the June 2018 mixed media kit from Tres Jolie. Promise that's what it says. It just, maybe it's too cold. There we go. And I've used it quite a few times, but a little bit goes a long way. So it's one of those other things about the Tres Jolie kits, is it helps you to make a stash of your own for mixed media products. Gives you a way to sample them. I have found probably too many things that I like. Okay, hopefully they'll stay close-ish together. Close-ish. I'm going for close-ish. And I'm just going to start. So I have these set and these can dry. And at the moment I'm wondering if I should, let me see how this is doing. Maybe I'll try something here on these edges just a little bit, even though they're gonna probably most likely I'm gonna paint over them, but just for the texture effect. And there I have that. I likely will be adding paint over it to make it, but now I have a subtle texture on the outside also. And now to find a place to put this. So this is a mess. Alright. I now have all of this needs to dry. The shadow boxy thing needs to dry. And once all of my magic powder texture pastes paint is dry, I will be back to probably paint the outside and inside of the box. I haven't totally decided yet, but probably. Everything isn't quite dry yet, so I'm gonna set these out of the way because I'm gonna paint this. It's not completely dry, like I wouldn't really poke at it too much, but I think it's enough that I can paint it. Like I said, I maybe glue some. That one wobbles. I might have to glue that first. I'm going to paint the outside edge this is what I'm gonna start out with. I think this is how I'm gonna start. Gonna do a test color run. I think I'm gonna just put the gold on the front. I have to see. Okay, now that that part's in gold, I'm gonna go rinse out this brush real quick because it will take me a bit, and this will get to dry, and then I'm gonna do the outside edge and the inside. It's here in the steampunk copper. So I'm going to set this here, let all these pieces dry, and then I'll be back again. Alright, I'm back. I don't know if this isn't like dry, but it is dry enough for me to add my paper pieces into the background, which is what is going to be going on now. I'm going to turn them over out here. And I'm just going to use some Mod Podge. And I'm going to use a bigger brush. Maybe this one. Oh, that's wet. Maybe this one. I'm going to use a bigger brush. It doesn't have to be pretty. It can go over the sides onto my little mat. And I'm going to brush Mod Podge on, and I'll stick it into the back. And there we have it. My base, my background is completed. Pretty sure. I say that a lot. Sometimes I think of something else, but I'm pretty sure. So now it's just going to be a matter of waiting for my Mod Podge to set, or at least set enough for the next step. So as soon as that is dried, I will return. Alright, I'm back and I am ready to start working on the finishing touches. I am getting this garden vine ready to use. I'm reshaping the flowers, separating the parts. They get stuck together with all the shipping and whatnot. And I am going to try to find about everywhere it's going to be needing cut. It does work out for me. There are 4 flowers and 4 compartments, so hopefully I can use that as part of where to separate. I think it's going to stop at in this third one. I'll try to work the vines about, because this isn't the last thing that will be going in. I do have, unless I can split it, I do have these that need to go in the background. They make, I don't know, they kind of look like they could be little like dewdrops. I do have, I'm separating them, just trying to separate them right now based on size, and so I can see what I have to work with. I have one other product that I am going to use for my stash to go with this, I think. I'm pretty sure it'll work out. I have these bees from Renee Bouquets, and I'm going to use these on here as well. Which actually, and that's why I say, if this works out, I might be able to split it here and kind of use a bee to cover the gap. So let's see. Let's see what I can do without knocking everything over 100 times. it looks like this is how I'm going to do my placement. So let me just set it here gently and get the last of these pebbles put away. And get to work sticking everything down. I'm probably going to use a mix of diamond glaze, Fabri-Tac, and just some super heavy gel, which will probably be for the bees to help hold them up. And this will be for the vines most likely, and I'll use this for the pebbles. And there you have it. This is my second project using the mixed media kit this month. I just upcycled a container, added a few things for my stash, and have this little Shadowbox deal going on. Alright, I am just gonna let all of these glues dry. After that, then I will arrange and fluff and move the flowers and the wires around. Right now it's very, very sensitive to touch, and I want to make sure that the main pieces stay put. So thank you for joining us here at Tres Jolie. We hope you enjoyed this project and that it gave you some ideas on what items in the kit can be used for. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you can keep informed. You get notifications when other videos are uploaded from other designers using the mixed media kit or the scrapbooking kit or the card tags and more kit. Thank you and see you soon.